Good morning, everyone. The snow is falling, the weather is cold, and the Level 1 podcast never gets old. I don't know why I just rhymed that like that, but today is a brand new day. How are you all? It is Monday, the 4th of December, 2023. I am DSP, and I welcome you here to the frozen wastes of Washington, United States. That rhymed too. I really didn't mean to rhyme that one. That one just rhymed by complete chance. Almost like a complete happenstance. Okay, I gotta stop with this. What am I, in a Rankin Bass Christmas special? Anyway, how are you guys doing? I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're doing better than me yet again. Yet again. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I have a story to tell you about last night. Because yesterday was React Day, which means it was my weekly day to do my React show, DSP versus the Internet. But because I had done that, there also were some private React videos that I had to create for people who pledged to my Patreon. And because of that, I took the night off from streaming, not from work, certainly, but from streaming in order to film, upload, and provide those videos to those who had, purchased them. It did not go well. Let's put it that way. I think, the saying, if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. I think in this case, the phrase should be, if anything can go wrong, it'll go wrong, but in a way that you never expected, or every possible which way, so that when you think that you've got one thing solved, 10 more things creep up, and then next thing you know, it's like 3 a.m., and you still haven't figured out the problem. That's probably the more accurate description. I will tell you the story this morning of what happened last night. It's okay, I can actually tell it publicly because in particular, the person who purchased several private React videos this month, Slayer, is okay with me talking about it publicly. In fact, Slayer always uploads any private React videos that he purchases from me via a Patreon pledge to his own YouTube channel so that people can watch it publicly, okay? But it was funny because last night, I'm having all these issues, and I actually had 3 different people contact me, one via Twitter, one via email, and one via a YouTube comment, all asking, hey, Phil, did you forget to upload the daily wrap last night? Because it's not there, and you always upload it like clockwork, and it's not there, and we're wondering what happened because we were interested in hearing, how everything went with your private React stuff. And I'm like, no, the reason I didn't upload it is because I can't, right? So, anyway, I'm going to talk about that today. In addition, we have a couple gaming news stories to talk about this morning that are kind of interesting. I think you'll find these fun to talk about. And then, of course, the hype is building. Because if you're not aware, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow morning is the day when the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer will officially release from Rockstar. It is the first trailer they are releasing. Likely there'll be many more after. But it is the first official piece of information we are going to get from Rockstar Games about GTA 6. So people will be micro analyzing this trailer. Every single frame of the trailer will be dissected, analyzed, and of course monetized for YouTube content. Now, am I going to do that? No. What I'll do is watch the trailer and talk about it on tomorrow's podcast. If you guys want me to see a live react to that trailer, I consider doing it next week on my react show, DSP versus the Internet, on Sunday. Just like yesterday, if you guys aren't aware, I reacted to the Fallout TV trailer on that show. So, all right. So let's go ahead and let's get into the meat of the topics I want to talk about today before we get to anything else. I guess what we should do, how about this? Let's do the schedule quickly first. Let's get that out of the way so you guys know what to expect this week coming up. And then we'll jump into the story about the private react fiasco from last night. And then we'll talk about other things, okay? So, excuse me. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so, schedule for the week. After today's Level 1 podcast, Super Mario RPG Remake continues. We're in the end game, meaning we're 12 hours in. This game can be beaten in roughly 15 hours. So if we were just to do story elements today, we could absolutely beat the game today. Okay? However, there's apparently new content in this game added for this special version. Now, I don't know what that content is. Hello, Jasper Kitty. I don't know what that content is because I've never played this version before. Since I never played it, I can't tell you. No, I don't spoil myself. In addition, there's 2 optional super bosses. The final version of Jinx back at Monstro Town, as well as the Final Fantasy Easter egg Kulex, who I did take on once earlier on when we hit Monstro Town the first time, and he handed me my ass in a paper bag because he's crazy tough. He's the toughest thing in the game. So, let's see how today's stream goes. All right, and give it a shot. Let's see, if we beat it today, great. If we don't beat it today, that's okay. We could do one more stream maybe to wrap it up. But either way, we are definitely approaching the end of Super Mario RPG, which is great because there's 2 other new games premiering this week that people are going to want more, I know. Okay? So, Super Mario RPG end game stream today, although we might not necessarily beat the game today. Okay? Tonight on the late stream, I'm pretty hyped for this. Ladies and gentlemen, at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time tonight, it is Street Fighter 6, Dalsim, 4-star Diamond and beyond ranked matches. After last time around, I had played Street Fighter 6, and I did my ranking matches and placement matches with Dalsim. I ended up in 3-star Diamond. I was kicking ass. I was beating everyone, every Diamond player I faced, I was defeating. In fact, during my placements, I beat soundly a 4-star Diamond Cammy twice. So because of that, they placed me really high. And then over the course of that stream, I actually won so much. I had multiple big win streaks with Dalsim. I got the 4-star Diamond. Pretty darn good. And the thing is, playing with Dalsim, I feel pretty confident now. I'm getting much better with this character. I'm making it so that I don't get trapped in the corner, which is his weakness. My zoning's getting much better. My combo ability and knowing what to do in each situation is getting much better. And I'm learning some matchups now. So I'm just getting better and better. And this is great. I'm actually really enjoying Dalsim. So definitely, those streams that I did casual play where a lot of people gave me crap and were like, oh, you're wasting time, just get to rank. They paid off. They paid dividends. Can you imagine if I had rushed to ranked and only placed in like gold or platinum and now I had to grind endlessly for 10 to 20 hours to get to diamond? Now I'm in freaking diamond. You see? I'm there already. So this is excellent. Okay? This is absolutely excellent. I'm happy about this. I hope that you guys are too. All right? So, yeah, it's good stuff. I hope that you guys are excited. I'm excited for this content coming up. And it's absolutely, I'm excited. It's good stuff. All right? Now, guys, give me 1 second because I want to see what Jasper's up to. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay, so as I was saying before I was interrupted, it's just one of those days. So tonight, Street Fighter 6 ranked with Dalsim. I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm hoping it goes really well. So far, it's gone really well. I'm feeling more confident with the character. So we'll find out tonight on the late stream. I hope you'll join me for that, okay? All right, tomorrow, we're doing something new, and we're doing something you guys have asked for a while now. Tomorrow is the premiere of RoboCop, all right? You've asked me for RoboCop for weeks. You said, when is RoboCop? What is going on with RoboCop? Will you play RoboCop? Do you like RoboCop? Have you seen RoboCop? Are you interested in RoboCop? We want RoboCop. How about RoboCop? Hey, you heard about RoboCop? Ever been to Detroit? Because RoboCop takes place there. And so all these questions bombarding me. And then finally, I told you guys a couple weeks ago, if you guys really want it, you know, the next game that we can play is RoboCop. It was so in demand. Someone donated it. And then someone else donated it. And then someone else donated it. No exaggeration. 3 different people donated RoboCop. Okay? So because of that, tomorrow during the premiere stream, not only will we be playing RoboCop on the Xbox Series X, but I'll be donating 2 different copies of RoboCop. I think 1 copy is on Xbox, and I think 1 copy may be a Steam copy. I don't know. I have to check. Because now I've had these things sitting in my email for a while, ready to be given out. Okay? So, not only are we playing RoboCop, but 2 people will get RoboCop tomorrow on the premiere live stream. So, that'll be pretty exciting. I've heard good things about it. Some people seem to really like the game. Hopefully, it's good. You know, you guys have wanted it for so long. I hope that you guys will join me for that tomorrow, okay? Then tomorrow night, on the late stream, it is more Like a Dragon Gaiden. The very chill, awesome game set in the Yakuza universe. The backstory of Kazuma Kiryu, what he was doing between Yakuza 6 and 7, and why he got involved in the plot of Yakuza 7 in the capacity that he did. It's a great game. I'm really enjoying it. It actually had crossover content with Judgment, which was really neat, and has a whole bunch of open world questing and fun. It's a really chill late night stream game. I'm looking forward to more. Then on Wednesday, it is more new stuff, because on Wednesday, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 updates with Warzone 3, the 3rd iteration of the Warzone map in this game, and I'll be checking it out. Now, I really, really hope that they do actually come out with this on time, and the reason I say that is because I'm being told it's supposed to release in the morning, rather than like an overnight update. It's supposed to be in the morning, and that makes me nervous, because obviously, as you guys know, I do my gameplay, roughly it starts around 12:45 p.m. Pacific time, and it's about a 3-hour stream of gameplay. But if everyone is rushing to try to download this giant, update, because these updates are huge. This is not like, it'll be like a small 2 gig update. This is going to end up being, I guarantee you, like 50 to 100 gigs to get this Warzone update. It absolutely makes me nervous that if everyone's trying to get it in the morning, that it ain't going to work, or it's going to be ultra slow. I hope it works. If it does, I want to play it as the daytime stream on Wednesday. People have been waiting for Warzone in this version of Modern Warfare. This is the new one. I wasn't going to play the old one. What was the point? This is the brand new one. And I certainly hope that you guys will join me for it. And then on Wednesday night, it's up in the air. Wednesday night, we could do another stream of Street Fighter 6. Or Wednesday night, we could do RoboCop. So I'm kind of open to whatever you guys want. I feel like if you guys really liked RoboCop, then you'll probably want to see more of it right away on Wednesday night. But maybe if I did so well in Street Fighter and you want to see me really push for Master, then we could do that. Thing is, on Friday, I'm doing Street Fighter again. Because on Friday, remember, Thursday's my day off from streaming, so I won't be here. Friday, it's the premiere of Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, the other new game coming out that I'm very excited for. That's actually a brand new release this week. And then Friday night is Friday Night Fights, when I'm going to play Street Fighter Ranked anyway. So, depending on how things go, I guess we'll judge for ourselves amongst the audience here. I'll see your feedback or whatever, and try to figure out exactly what it is that we're going to do for the rest of the week in regards to like Wednesday night and stuff like that. I hope this sounds good. I know people have been asking for new content and new games for a few weeks now. which is fine. I get it. When you see the same games over and over, you tend to get a little bored, and so that's why we're mixing things up. I hope that this is sufficient for you. This is what you've been asking for. People wanted RoboCop for a damn month. And Avatar is pretty much the last game of the year. There are, I'm sure, other minor titles, but it's the last big game from a big studio coming out in 2023. Okay? Now, a few quick reminders. Number one, please continue to nominate your favorite playthroughs of the year. Whatever you watched this year that you really liked, it could have been a game that you found was a really great game, or maybe a game you thought sucked ass, but you still enjoyed the fact that I covered it. Maybe it's a multiplayer experience that you know doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell of making my game of the year, but you really enjoyed watching me play multiplayer over the year, right? Think about that kind of stuff. Because this year, along with my Game of the Year awards and my year-end series of the disappointing Games of the Year countdown, there is a countdown that you determine, and it is called the Viewer's Choice Best Playthroughs of 2023. You can nominate those right now by typing ! Best of 2023 into the chat. And then I'll bring up the link. You go over to the thread, and you can post up your favorite playthroughs of the year. I'm going to have that run till around the middle of the month. Then I'm going to do a poll based off the most nominated playthroughs. And you guys will vote, and that's going to be a series at the end of the year. So please do that. I also want to thank any channel members over on my React channel, DSP React, who have nominated Christmas specials for me to watch and review for that channel. I'm probably going to start watching something tonight. I'm going to review that thread tonight and see what people have nominated and go from there, pick something that's on one of my streaming services and watch something, and probably put out a review either tomorrow or Wednesday night, more than likely Wednesday night, for that, and get that Christmas spirit going over on DSP React, okay? But speaking of which, if you didn't see yesterday, great React show on DSP Reacts. Not only was there a lot of Christmas-themed stuff that we watched together, but also the Fallout TV trailer. I watched the whole thing and live reacted to it. So that'll be going live on that channel over the course of the week, along with all the other React stuff that I did. Give it a look. That's youtube.com/@DSP Reacts. That's how you can find my React channel and all my React content, okay? All right, so I think I got the schedule out of the way. I just want to remind everyone also, I will be making threads for the Christmas marathon very soon. In fact, I'm thinking maybe tomorrow during the morning stream, during this very podcast, what I will do is set those up so you guys can start to nominate games for my Christmas marathon coming up on December 23rd, all right? And members will have priority to nominate and pick a game, while standard viewers also will be creating a list that'll be voted on. I'm very curious to see what games you want to see me play during Christmas, because it could be anything. It could be, hey, a game we've wanted to see Phil play, but he didn't get around to, right? So, you know, just notably some of the games right there, Sea of Stars, Baldur's Gate 3, you know, stuff like that. Or what about multiplayer fun? Maybe by then, you guys will be like, man, I want to see more Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, and Phil hasn't played it in weeks. Let's see that. Or, hey, Phil's doing really good in Street Fighter 6. Let's see some of that. Or, oh, maybe Warzone 3 is really good, and you want to see me do some Battle Royale. I've actually done that in previous Christmas marathons. I've played Battle Royale per your request. Okay? So just a few ideas I'm throwing out there. I have no idea what you guys really will nominate. Okay? But that's the point, is that you guys pick, and we narrow it down, and there'll probably be like 3 games that'll be played during the Christmas event, okay? Cool. Okay. Now, I got all that out of the way. I want to talk about last night. So last night, I actually didn't stream. I set apart my night time slot, when normally I'd be doing a 2 to 2.5 hour live stream, to do private React videos. And in this case, the majority of the stuff that I did was for Slayer, longtime viewer, and he's actually a night moderator. He comes by night streams and moderates. And he's okay with me talking about this, he said, because these are videos that when he gets them, he purchases them through my Patreon. They're for public consumption. He uploads them to his YouTube channel so people can watch them. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is something that I've been doing for many years. Since 2015, okay? If you go to my Patreon, which is patreon.com/DarkSidePhil, and you do the highest level of pledge, which is $50, you get a private video. Now, what is the video? It's pretty much whatever you want. Originally, the idea was that it's an opportunity for a one-on-one conversation between you and me. You know, there's a big difference between, oh, I'm on a live stream with Phil and I toss him a random question. He happens to see it in chat and maybe he'll answer it quickly. Or, you know, I'm doing Q&A on his podcast or his React show, and he has a kind of a lightning round turbo answer. In this case, you're basically purchasing my time. For a $50 pledge, you're purchasing between 20 to 25 minutes of a video to be made. And you can ask me whatever you want. And it used to be big Q&As. Like, people would ask me all these questions about my life and about being a content creator and my games and all kinds of stuff. And people really liked those. But over the years, it really didn't work out that well because I became more of an interactive streamer. So once I stopped being an on-demand YouTuber and an interactive streamer, a lot of people were like, nah, well, kind of diminished values. Yeah, it's cool to have that one-on-one conversation, and Phil will answer exactly what I'm asking in detail, because I have his undivided attention, as opposed to on a stream where you don't. But if I could just come by and, you know, enjoy Phil's company on a live stream and maybe every once in a while get an answer randomly, I'll do that instead. So really, the private videos have fallen out of, you know, practice. Don't really do that many of them. But then last year, I started doing React content. And when I started doing that, some people had an idea, wait a minute, what if Phil could do a private React video? Can we purchase Phil's time via Patreon, and then he can make videos that are specific React content? And the answer is yes. So in the last year, no exaggeration, I've watched documentaries, I've watched K-pop music videos and stage presentations, I've watched tourism videos, I've watched videos on philosophy, videos on science, okay? Tons. You know, in the last year and a half, I've probably, no exaggeration, made 3 to 4 dozen of these videos, okay? And it's fun doing it, but when I do it, I have to kind of dedicate good time to do it. And in this case, you know, this month, I had about 2 hours of videos to make for Slayer. He actually had gone kind of above and beyond this month. He really wanted to get a lot of stuff made for him. And unlike the last many months where it was a good variety of stuff like food and tourism and other things, this month, Slayer wanted me to go back to K-pop stuff, okay? Now listen, I'm not a big fan of pop music. Besides maybe like Michael Jackson in the 1980s, and a lot of the stuff that was like boy band stuff and shit in the late 90s that it was unavoidable, I don't really know that much about pop music, okay? But for some reason, Slayer has found it fascinating to get my takes and my opinions on K-pop music. Now, the funny part about this, you'd be like, is why, right? Well, 15 years ago, when I started uploading my thoughts to YouTube on games, right, I never fathomed that simply playing a video game, doing this kind of reacting commentary to it, and swearing like a sailor the entire time that I did, would ever get anyone's interest and anyone would care. But it did. It caught on, and now here I am 15 years later. I've been doing, you know, this kind of stuff. I've been making gameplay content on YouTube full-time for over 13 years of my life. It's been my job, okay? So it's pretty crazy to think, you know, that anyone cares, but I guess people do, for whatever reason, right? Who am I to judge what people like? So if people want my opinions on K-pop, I guess I'll give them, all right? Not to say that I'm any kind of a qualified authority. I think I couldn't be less qualified, but for whatever reason, there you go, right? And so, in regards to that, last night, Slayer had an idea. He's like, I want you to make all this content for K-pop, but instead of just watching a music video and reacting and giving your thoughts, what I'd like to do is a special project, okay? Basically, what he did is he provided me with back-to-back videos. So he would give me one video and then another video. And in some cases, it was the same song twice. But it would be 2 different groups performing the same song in a competition, and you're supposed to judge them against each other, like which one do you think did a better job with that song. In some cases, it was an actual music video of a very popular existing K-pop group, and the videos had like over 500 million views on YouTube. But then immediately following that music video would be a stage performance by a lesser-known group or an up-and-coming group in training trying to take their own spin on that very popular song, and you could see how different that it could come out by a different group performing it. There was actually another video that was kind of neat where it was an incredibly popular K-pop song by the original group that performed it, and then AI sang the song afterward. AI voices, not real people. And you were supposed to take a look. Could you tell the difference? Can you judge? Does it sound better or worse? You know. So this is a very interesting premise. All right. To say the least, you know, it wasn't just, oh, just watch something and what do you think about it? It was, hey, direct comparisons, you know, an interesting thing to see, that to get that kind of take on that stuff. So for 2 hours, I sat right here watching all these videos and making this content. And to be honest, it's enjoyable. Not all of it. You know, listen, do you think as a 41-year-old American man, I enjoy sitting here and watching, you know, a bunch of teenage dancing guys talk about how they don't want to answer the phone anymore because a girl won't stop calling them? They broke up already. Get the message. Don't call me anymore. I'm not answering. You're not the one for me. Do you really think I give two shits about that? I mean, right? I don't think there could be anything less interesting. But at the same time, when you compare the song with someone else performing it and a different spin, like the group that performed after that was actually a girls group, and the girls group made it almost like the guy was a stalker. Like he wouldn't leave her alone and was trying to control her life. And then the whole point of the song when the girls performed it was, well, we've broken out of the cycle of males controlling us, and now we can be our own independent people, free from that kind of vindictive control. So it was definitely kind of interesting in that regard. Anyway, so here's the thing about making K-pop content for private react videos, okay? It has been incredibly hit or miss. And here's what I mean by that. I don't mean the content. I mean actually creating and uploading and getting this footage to Slayer over the last year and a half. Sometimes I'll do, you know, a whole hour-long video with tons of content in it, and I'll upload it and send it to Slayer. No problem. Perfect. And he enjoys it, and then he gets it, and he puts it on his channel. Good to go. Because the thing is, when you purchase a video, a private react video from my Patreon, you own it. You have the legal rights to do whatever you want with that video. It's no longer mine. You've purchased my time. Therefore, that video is your product to do with however you desire. It's like you made a purchase. Okay? So, usually, there's not an issue. Sometimes, I'll upload the video, and now there are issues. Copyright issues. Because we all know how YouTube works. And YouTube has some issues with copyright, with content ID matching, and things like that. Now, here's the thing. If YouTube says, oh, we detected someone else's content in your video, this music video or whatever, you've lost monetization rights, someone else claimed it. Who cares, right? Slayer doesn't care. He's not buying my time to make ad revenue. He just wants the videos. And he's curious to see what the public's take is on some of this content as well, and my react. So that's why he uploads them publicly to his channel. He really enjoys that. So that's fine. Claim it all you want. No one cares about the ad revenue. No one's looking to make any money on ad revenue on this stuff. The problem is when YouTube gets all these issues with, oh, well, block the video. And it's like, now, wait a minute. We already know it's legal, 100% legal to do React content. It's already been determined in a court of law that it is absolutely legal to make React content. And before you say, well, it doesn't apply internationally, yes, it does. Because YouTube, as a corporation, is located in California, United States of America. And that means that anyone who actively chooses to upload a video to that platform must abide by the rules of that land. So even if you're Korean and you upload a K-pop video, oh, well, that applies by the copyright rules of Korea. Wrong. You uploaded it to American YouTube, and now you have to abide by American laws, or else don't bother uploading. That's how it works, okay? So that being said, the problem here is that YouTube essentially bends the knee to anyone who complains about anything. So any of these, you know, K-pop production studios or whatever, they can just pay money, and yes, it's stupid, but this is what they do. They pay money to get thrown into YouTube's searching algorithm for copywritten content, and they'll take things like their music videos, their songs, and they'll flag them and say, hey, we've decided we want absolutely no one to have the ability to use our content whatsoever. If they do, block the video. That is illegal. That is blatantly illegal. It's been proven in a court of American law that React content is legal. As long as I'm reacting to a video and I'm pausing it and I'm adding commentary and I'm making it a transformative work, the company that made that music video has no legal right whatsoever to block that video. They can claim the ad revenue on it. That they very well can do. They can say, hey, we own a stake of this. Pay us money if someone watches it. That they can do. They cannot block it. But YouTube doesn't care. YouTube does whatever the hell it wants and does not abide by American copyright law. YouTube itself on a daily basis has more gross violations of American copyright law than probably anything else on the planet, because they just ignore it and do whatever they want, and companies pay them to block content and they allow it. YouTube has no leg to stand on. If they ever get sued in a class action lawsuit for this kind of behavior, they will lose. But I don't think they ever will be. Why? Because who stands to benefit from that, right? Content creators. But if a content creator thinks that if they sue YouTube, well, they're biting the hand that feeds them, and now they're just going to have nothing but problems moving forward, and they won't be able to operate their business on YouTube, so why would they sue YouTube? You see? It's like we know YouTube's doing the wrong thing, so let's do the right thing to stop them. Oops, if we do that, we might suffer repercussions for it, and now we suffer, so we won't do it. So YouTube will never do the right thing. Someone like me has no power in this fight. The only way anything would ever happen is if a bunch of big people got together who have a lot of money and can actually toss that money together into a suit. YouTube can't win it. Every day there's concrete evidence they are breaking the law, and they don't care. They think that they're bigger than that. Okay? Anyway, that being said, what happened last night was I filmed 2 hours of this React content featuring K-pop stuff for Slayer. All right? So the first hour, I cut it into 2-hour increments on purpose because I was nervous if I made a 2-hour video, what happens if that video gets blocked? What happens if there's an issue with the video? The whole thing's screwed. I got to start over. So I said, I'm going to do this in 1-hour increments. Okay? So the first hour of content, I get uploading to YouTube. And once it goes live, okay, on YouTube, this thing gets flagged more than any video I've ever uploaded to YouTube before. Even more than my own React show, where I'm reacting to so many clips in a single episode. Oh, this thing got hit by like 10 claims, okay? And it would be one thing if it was just claims. Oh no, this video got blocked not once, not twice, but thrice. Thrice, that's right. I actually used that word. I had to for emphasis because I'm so upset. Okay? So, what happens when a video gets blocked thrice on YouTube? Well, you have options. Okay? Option number 1, dispute it. Dispute it and fight it with YouTube. Problem is that takes weeks. At a minimum, it's 2 weeks to have a dispute go through and have a video visible. Who the hell wants to wait 2 weeks? Nobody. And by the way, sometimes these studios will literally bite back and say, "Oh no, we will stick with this claim," and then you're screwed. Okay? So there's no point in really disputing anything like that with a major corporation because you don't know how they're going to act, and they could take up to 2 weeks to drag their feet regardless. The other option is I want to trim my video to remove the specific content in the video that YouTube is claiming is causing it to be blocked. All right? So there were 3 completely different segments of the video that it was claiming was someone else's content and needed to be removed. So first I did the first one. That one took about 30 minutes to remove. Then I went to the second one, okay? And I had that starting to remove. Now in the meantime, when I'm doing that, I'm doing all this other work too. So I've got this other video, the second video, okay? So I go to upload it, and it's not working. I said, what the hell's going on? So I go to play the video. Oh, no. The video has corrupted. Okay? Now, in the last year, I've had on and off problems with video corruption, and I've looked into them to figure out what the source is. It's actually OBS. At first, I thought it was my PC getting old, and portions of that hard drive were corrupting. It's actually not the case. The problem is OBS itself. Last year, OBS had an update, And the update changed a lot of features and actually made a lot of features better, but also created a big issue with video corruption. All right? Now, since then, OBS has updated, but I can't get the newest updates because I use Windows 8 and OBS is no longer supported by Windows 8. So any updates they do don't apply. So they updated my OBS, gave me this issue with file corruption, and then updated it later but said, oh, you can't get the update because we made it so that, you know, it doesn't work with Windows 8 anymore. What a bunch of assholes. What a bunch of dick suckers. Seriously. That's fucked up. You fucking gave me an update that fucked up the software that I use for my business, and then you made it so I can't fix it. Gee, thanks, assholes. Seriously. That pisses me off, obviously, right? So the thing is, it doesn't happen all the time, but every once in a while, I'll get a corrupted video. And the thing that really sucks about this is the only way to really fix that issue is to have a archived stream on YouTube that I can rip the missing video out of. So, for example, right now I'm live streaming and I'm recording at the same time, okay? Later today, I very well may go to upload this Level 1 podcast and find out it's corrupted. Oh, shit. If that's the case, what I would then do is I would go to the archive stream on DSPGaming, which sits there as like a 5-6 hour archive of video. I would go to the portion that's just the Level 1 podcast, and I would say, edit that out. And it can actually excerpt that as a video and make it its own video on the channel, and now I've saved the video. Even though the video I recorded locally is corrupted, I have a second version of that video that's been created on YouTube that now can be used as the on-demand video. The problem is, when I'm doing these private reacts, okay, I'm not streaming. These are private. They're meant to be offline content that then is sent to a viewer, and they can do with it whatever they want. A lot of viewers keep this content for themselves. There's been dozens of videos that I made for people over the years that they just kept. They never uploaded anywhere, never showed it to anyone. It was just for them. Okay, a lot of them consider them private. In the case of Slayer, that's not the case. But here's the thing. Let's say I had live streamed it. First of all, I wouldn't live stream it as a public stream. Okay? Because if that was the case, then it wouldn't be Slayer's content to do with as he chose. That would kind of be a violation of our agreement. I could live stream it as a private stream just to have an archive saved. But here's the problem. YouTube destroyed the video anyway. Remember? YouTube said, oh, this is not allowed, this is not allowed, this is not allowed, and they blocked it. So even if I had done an archive stream on YouTube as a backup that was a private stream, so if this corruption happens, I can rip that portion of the video out of the stream, it would have been blocked anyway. After the fact, they wouldn't have let me edit it and rip it. It would have said not allowed because it's blocked on YouTube because of copyright issues. So even if I had done the redundant thing to make sure this wasn't happening, it still would have happened anyway. There was no way around it. Okay? So now I'm thinking in my head, what else could I have possibly done? And I'm getting suggestions because, you know, I'm trying to bounce this idea off of people, and people, oh, well, you could have done a private live stream. You could have flipped the video this way, horizontally, or would that be vertically? No, it would be horizontal. You could have flipped the video horizontally, okay? And hopefully that would have been enough to change the video so YouTube doesn't catch it, right? And doesn't have an issue with it. So it's like, so all this stuff's going on. In the meantime, when I'm trying to figure all this out, the second edit on the first video finishes. Now I'm going into the third and final edit to trim this video so it's visible on YouTube. So I've got 1 hour of video that I'm trimming the shit out of so people can watch it on YouTube. The other video is completely corrupted and it can't be watched. So now I'm looking for all these solutions. And basically, I find, oh, here's a program that people use with OBS. When OBS corrupts videos, you can use this program, you can run it, and this program will check the video and fix errors and make it so the videos are visible again. So now I've got this running on this video while I'm also doing the trimming segment on the other video. So all this is going on at once. Now in the meantime, I'm trying to finish my work. I want to get done with work for the day so I can go spend time with my wife. And I'm trying to get out of the office, and I was like, let me upload the daily wrap. Oh, I can't. Why? Because when this video checking program is running on the corrupted video, my disk use on my computer goes to 100%. Yes, my hard drive is going insane as this corrupted video is attempting to be fixed by this program, and it won't let me upload anything anywhere at all. Okay? So I'm like, well, I can't do that. So I posted up the schedule, and I posted up to people, hey guys, if you're wondering where the daily wrap is, I can't upload it right now. You know, you can't do shit. I'm stuck. All right? So basically, over the course of the night, as I'm relaxing with Kat, I'm coming back up to the office, checking constantly to see what's going on with these private React videos. The first video eventually did get fully trimmed. And listen to this. When YouTube was done trimming the video went from 1 hour and 10 minutes long to 22 minutes long. YouTube cut out 45 minutes of content of the video that I made. Gee, that sounds great. I'm sure that video made total sense, right? No, it didn't. You watch it, it didn't make any sense at all. Everything's missing. You can't watch remember, it's supposed to be comparison of one song to the next, one video to the next version. It makes no sense. You can't understand the video at all. It's a waste of time. So I was like, well, that's a fucking waste of time, piece of shit. So now I'm like, so now where else could I upload videos? What about these video uploading sites? You know, because there's a million of them. Dropbox and Google Drive and this and that and up and down. I'm trying to figure all this shit out. I'm just like, oh my God. In the meantime, this program is still running, trying to fix the corrupted video, right? So, in truth, I go to sleep. I'm like, I can't, it's taking too long. I'm just, relaxing with Kat. I go to sleep. I wake up, I'm not kidding. I woke up at like 3 in the morning. And I was like, well, I got to use the bathroom anyway. I'm just going to head into the office quick and check and see what's going on. All right? So the good news is, I do believe I was finally able to upload the raw video, the first hour, to a third-party service, and I think Slayer should get the video today. I don't know, because I think we're in completely different time zones, so I don't even know if he had a chance to check on it today or not. But I think, at the very least, he should get the first video today. All right, the first hour. Now, what he wants to do with that, I don't know, because if he uploads it to, like, any video site, it's probably going to get claimed, blocked, and fucked up. So maybe he just has to keep it for himself. I don't know, okay? But after this program ran on the corrupted video, starting around 10:30 p.m. until whenever it ended in the middle of the morning, it finally finished. I go to play the video, doesn't work. And I'm like, oh my God, you've got to be fucking kidding me. So what this means, I have to re-record the whole second half of the private React I did last night. I basically wasted an hour of my time recording it, and all of that time trying to get the corrupted video to work. It's just not, it doesn't seem to be restorable. So what this means is that later on, probably next weekend, I'm probably going to have to take more time away, do another late night stream skipped, and I have to re-record this hour, this private React. It's not Slayer's fault. It's, it's just fucking bullshit. It's like, that's my life. Right now, nothing in my life wants to just go smoothly. If you haven't noticed recently, it's like, I'm sick as shit. I lose a whole week of work, even though I put all this time building up a special Halloween event and spent all this money on a costume. Ruined. Can't do it. Okay, I'm just finally getting back on my feet. I'm catching up with playthroughs or getting stuff going. Malicious fucking employee at Comcast ruins my internet for half of a week, makes it unable to work. All right, finally, I got that under control, right? That seems to be under wraps. It seems like everything is getting wrapped up in that regard, and there's no big issues there. Great. Oh, now I can't do my other work. All other things are fucked up. It's like, give me a fucking break, right? Give me a fucking break for once. Can't get it. Everyone, pull out your violins right now and start playing them for me. Oh, the horrible life of a content creator. Oh, I know that I'm just bitching, but it's nice to vent. And sometimes it's nice for you guys to know the issues that people go through doing this shit, This sucks. It really sucks. I wanted to make good content for someone who supports me. And now it got all fucked up. And it's not his fault. Half of it is definitely YouTube's fault for being so pussy about this and not allowing the actual law to be followed. Instead, they block videos for no fucking godly reason. There's no legal reason to do it. They just do it because they're pussies. The other thing, the corrupting, there's really nothing I can really do until eventually one day I have enough money to buy a replacement PC, right? A full replacement PC for my PC, which I can't do. I don't have the money for it. And get one that's fully up to snuff, brand new Windows, all new components, and then having to figure out how to transfer everything over. Because remember, everything I'm using is Windows 8 shit. Like my whole OBS setup and everything, I'd have to figure out how do you transfer all that over for an easy transition, which probably wouldn't be an easy transition. There's going to be some growing pains and learning how to do it and everything, you know. So, yeah, I'm just kind of stuck. It's funny because people are like, oh, just update Windows. We've talked about this a million times. There's a lot of people come in here who aren't around all the time. Can't update Windows. My PC is 10 years old. If I update Windows, half the components in that PC will not work with modern Windows. They're just old. It's an old PC. The only way for me to fix this issue is to get a new PC with all new components, new Windows and everything all in one fell swoop. Just to give you an example here. Last summer, I cleaned out my closet. Okay? And then I found a device, a capture device. That's supposed to be like an analog capture device. You could plug in the old yellow, red, white cables from like an old console and capture directly in. So this is an old device. And I plugged it in, and literally just plugging in that one device crashed my Windows entirely. Nothing would work. I had to do a Windows restore just to get my PC to work normally again. It was a near disaster. And I was like, dude, you really think I'm going to fuck with anything else? When at a moment's notice, this thing has issues like that, forget it, right? So, not much I can do about that. And before people idiotically say stuff like, what happened to the mini PC? The mini PC, you think a mini PC is set up to capture and stream. You really believe that. You don't think that thing would possibly overheat. This tiny little PC that's this size, you think that's a good capture and streaming device. You are wrong. That is a dumb suggestion. That would never fly. Okay? That little mini PC is meant to play a certain amount of games, like mid-range games, indie games, that kind of stuff. And it's a way to maybe do things like for me to play Fightcade eventually, which would be really nice to be able to play retro fighting games on there and shit like that. That's what that's for. That's a hobbyist PC. That's not, oh, this is my serious work PC that's going to be doing the fucking capturing all day. You're out of your mind. Okay? That's insanity. Anyway. So. Ooh. Decompressing my back. So, that's what I was going through last night. Not very pleasant. Alright? And now I'm facing the situation that next weekend, I'm just going to have to do another night stream where I don't stream, and I do this missing video. I have to re-record the missing video. Fingers crossed that it doesn't corrupt. Fingers crossed that I can upload it and it won't be claimed or blocked. If not, then I have to upload it to another third-party service or whatever. We'll see what happens, all right? But right now, I'm exhausted. Like, last night was so fucking exhausting. And I'm like, you're supposed to have a day where it's like, okay, it's my React day, right? So it breaks up all the gameplay. It's a good way to have variety and fun and break it up and do something a little different. And instead of that, it's just like, I'm enjoying the reacting I'm doing. The 2 hours that I reacted, I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing it. And then as soon as I finish and I go to actually do the work side of it, let's upload and get it going. Frustration. Fucking shit. It was like, oh, I'm having fun. I'm doing this nice react for Slayer. Thankfully, I have so many awesome viewers and supporters like him who keep me afloat. And now let me provide the product. Oh, look, someone's walking up to me with giant gloves and they're punching my balls repeatedly for the next 4 hours. Like my balls were speed bags. And someone's going on my testicles. It's like, oh, this feels great. Oh, this is what I was expecting tonight. Oh, this is after that nice react here. Oh. You know, Jesus Christ. All right, I think I've vented enough about this, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment. It is time for a very short segment of DSP news today. All right, and I have only a couple topics to cover, not too much today, but a couple quick things that I wanted to discuss. But the first thing I will do is change this to match an appropriate color because it bothers me when it doesn't. There we go. All right, so 2 news topics, okay? 2 news topics. News topic number 1. BioWare this morning released an incredibly brief teaser for Dragon Age Dreadwolf, the next Dragon Age game. Yes, they're actually making it. It's like 10 years since the last one. But they are actually making a new game, RPG in that series. At this point, I couldn't even imagine what it's going to be. 10 years in development? Like, will it even play like the last one? Are they going to change it up? I have no idea. But anyway, it is called Dragon Age Dreadwolf. And all they really do is there's a few dialogue lines and it shows a few places on a map and some people are piecing together, oh, sounds like this game will take place in multiple places in different countries rather than one like previous Dragon Age games. And basically it's announced, okay, so you're going to get your first real concrete information about this game during summer 2024. So you know what that means? Summer Games Fest, right? So basically what they're doing, they're saving all of their major announcements and information about this game till Summer Game Fest 2024. So at least we know next year, finally, we're going to have information on the next Dragon Age game. It took this goddamn long, and we're finally going to get it. So that's good news, right? The only other piece of news, you may find this interesting. So the Game Awards are this coming Thursday. Incidentally, it's my day off, so I'm not going to be broadcasting, reacting, or doing anything. I'll probably talk about them the next day on the podcast. So this Friday's podcast is going to be a jam-packed show for sure. I hope that you guys are ready for that, okay? But this is a cool announcement for me. The Old Gods of Asgard, a.k.a. the real-life band Poets of the Fall. This is the band that made songs, original songs, and were part of the cast of both Alan Wake 1 and 2. Will be doing a live performance during the Game Awards this Thursday. It is their first ever live televised performance in history. They've never done this before. They've performed, but they've never done a live performance like this ever. Okay? I think that's neat. If you played Alan Wake 2 and you did the music segment, like the musical number, man, you probably love this band. I mean, they're so damn good. And I cannot wait personally to see this performance, right? It's going to be sweet. I hope it's like a montage of all the songs from Alan Wake 2. That'd be really cool if they did that. So, if you're a fan of Alan Wake 2, there's an actual reason to watch the Game Awards, despite the fact that they probably won't win Game of the Year and get cheated. You know, I'm a little biased, but, we'll see how it goes this coming Thursday, okay? Okay. All right, so, ladies and gents, that's what I've got. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to do some shout-outs. Before we do that, I'd like to remind you all, I'm a crowd-funded individual. I don't have any sponsorships, partnerships. I don't get paid by anyone to play games. I don't get paid to shill a product. There's no paid product promotion or placement in this video. As you can see, there's no advertisements in the border. This show is 100% fan-funded. That's why, during the show, I get to just relax with you, have a good time, talk about topics, have interaction, play games, be honest about the games I'm playing. I don't have to pull punches when it comes to commentary or criticism. I can be completely truthful and honest with you at all times because I don't have to worry about a sponsorship getting pulled or someone being pissy about me saying something about their game. So now I don't get advanced copies of games. I don't have to worry about any of that shit because I'm just like you. I'm a normal dude playing games, having fun, sharing those experiences with the internet. I don't have any incentive to say anything bad or good about any particular game. Okay? And again, that's because of you guys, all right? So thank you for your support. Thank you for allowing me to be able to make this content for you on a daily basis. Please continue to support it if you enjoy it. Here is how you can support it. Number 1, engagement. Liking the videos, liking the streams, talking on the streams, leaving comments on the videos, that kind of stuff allows more people to find the content on YouTube. So please do that if you enjoy the content, and please continue to do that if you've been doing it all along. Number 2, super chats, super stickers, super thanks. Ways to contribute via an individual stream or video through YouTube itself. If you do those methods, I will give you personal shout outs so that you know that it is appreciated. If you actually do it in a video comment like a super thanks, I actually highlight that comment and respond to it. So thank you in advance to anyone who does that, okay? Memberships and gifted memberships. These are key ways to support the channel. Ongoing support If you become a member of this channel, you get tons of benefits, including a chat crown badge, not having to abide by the slow mode rules of the stream chat, being able to use all of my emotes, and of course, special events. This month with this upcoming December special event, you'll be able to pick as members a game to be played in the marathon. Okay? So that's pretty exciting, no? So thank you in advance to anyone who becomes a member. 'Tis the season to maybe help your fellow viewer. If they would like to, if you would like to give some memberships to the channel, that'd be incredibly helpful today. And with all the viewers we've been getting recently for the new releases and all the fun, I'm absolutely sure there's people waiting in the wings who would accept a gifted membership. So today my goal between both streams is to hit 550 members. It would be absolutely superb if by the end of both streams we're at 550 today. Let's make it happen. It's 15 members. I know we can make that happen today. Thanks in advance again to anyone who becomes a member. I really appreciate it. Tips. Tips are supremely important. Why? Number one, tips are support I get right now. When you tip me, it goes straight to my PayPal. Those are funds I can use for anything. I can buy a video game. I can go get groceries. I can get a meal for my wife and I on our day off, right? I can pay bills behind the scenes. I can do anything. It's liquidity for the business. It's very important. That's why I actually have goals in place to reward the audience if we hit certain tips levels, okay? Number two, because there's a middleman involved. There's always a middleman. There's no way you could do business without a middleman who wants to take a little cut, right? PayPal's cut ain't so bad. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, if you can tip today, that's a great way to help. My goals for today, to hit 550 members by the end of this stream, and on each individual stream, each of the two that I do, to hopefully hit the tier 1 tips goal of 50 bucks. Those are my goals. If I hit them, great. If I don't, it's not the end of the world. But obviously, I have goals set in place for a reason. This is both my hobby and a job. It would be great to be able to hit those today. Please consider supporting the streams if you can. All right? Now we get to shout-outs. And our first shout-out of the day is from Pausen, who became a member 22 months ago and kept that going once a month. So thank you so much for 22 months of support, Pausen. And he says, morning, DSP. I am ready for a good day of streaming. Indeed, I am as well. Thank you to Pausen for that. Now, we're going to swing over to tips for now. Perhaps there'll be more stuff on the YouTube side later to shout out. But overnight, I received a series of tips that I would like to read out to all of you and to count towards this stream. Because even if you tip between the streams, I still count it towards the next stream. Okay? Number one, I received... Hold on a second. Number one, I received a $10 tip from Declan. He says, I'm glad you're dropping Modern Warfare 3. I've also been playing it. Well, first of all, just to be clear, I'm not dropping it. I'm just not playing the multiplayer right now. I am going to be playing Warzone come this Wednesday. So saying dropping is kind of misinformation. I will still be playing it. I'll just be playing a completely different game mode. Okay? Okay. Now I hit caps lock. Okay, now it's off. God damn it. Okay. Wow, I can't really type today. There we go. Okay. So, he says, I've been playing it myself. Your criticisms of the multiplayer have been accurate. I get a couple of great games, then all of a sudden I get a couple of really horrible games. Followed up by more good games, and etc. The spawn points are bugged. The hitboxes don't seem to make sense. The lag's terrible. Mario RPG has been a great blast from the past. Like a Dragon Gaiden is one of my favorite games of this year, so I prefer you playing these more positive games. Keep up the great work. Yeah, I mean, and as I've said, they just didn't improve anything this year. You know, did they add some tweaks to the sliding? Yes. Did they add a ton more weapons? Yes. But did they actually improve the actual gameplay? Not really. Is the netcode improved? Absolutely not. Is the hit detection improved? Absolutely not. They just rolled with what they already had from the last game and just regurgitated it. It's the same game twice with different maps and some tweaks. It's very annoying. And the whole skill-based matchmaking ruins the game. Sorry. You should always be looking for the best connections. If the only way for you to find people with higher skill or equal skill to me is to make it a laggy-ass fucking match, then I don't want to play those people. I want to have a good match and let the best players soar and succeed in those matches. Not, oh, the best players only place each other, but it's laggy, so no one can actually play at any kind of a skill level. It's just it's idiocy. Anyone would tell you that, But the people who make these games are immune to criticism because it's the only first-person shooter that people come out and buy every year, right? There's no competition. There used to be Battlefield, Bad Company, Halo, among others. Every year there'd be like 4 or 5 different first-person shooters vying for control. Now there's one, Call of Duty, and Call of Duty. So as long as they have no competition, they will continue to pump out low effort, no improvement style games. And, you know, it will never change. It will never change unless people learn, right? And the thing is, see, do you understand the difference between me and someone who takes a sponsorship? Can you imagine if I took sponsorships and here I am being honest about Modern Warfare 3, right? While everyone else out there has to kiss this game's butt for the next 2-3 months claiming it's great because they get paid. I don't have to do that. I can tell you right from the get-go, I've been playing this game for a month, and it sucks. It definitely sucks. Now, I enjoy playing it because it's kind of a guilty pleasure. I like the older maps from Modern Warfare 2 2009 edition, and it's the only FPS I play, so because of that, it gives me variety in my stream, so I still enjoy it. But it still sucks. I'm not going to tell you that it's, you know, I'm not going to shine up a turd and make it a golden. It's still a golden turd. There's still a turd underneath, right? Okay, let's continue here. I received another $5 tip. Also from Declan. Now, I'm going to be honest. Declan starts talking about detractors. I don't really care about that. But he does compliment me a bunch in this. And he says, "Keep, you know, I appreciate your grind and how nice you are." Thank you, Declan, for that. I don't want to go into massive detail because a lot of people bring up detractors. And there's no point. The moment you bring them up, you give them attention they don't deserve. We haven't been talking about them. We don't care about them. I don't give 2 fucks about them. I don't even know what they're talking about with me right now, thankfully. I haven't been paying any attention to that shit. So I don't even want to give them a moment's attention. Thank you, Declan, for the tip. And then I received another $5 tip from Declan. Wow. He says, "Your latest Street Fighter 6 stream is great. I'm impressed with how high you've ranked. Please keep playing Street Fighter 6. I learned a lot from you. I ranked bronze after watching your videos. I'm increasing my rank now. Stay strong. Don't give up on your dreams. And thanks for everything that you do." All right, Declan, thank you so much for those 3 tips overnight. Like I said, if anyone tips overnight, I always count those for the next day on the podcast. We call them out, and, you know, I'll address your comments there. So thank you so very much to Declan for the overnight support there. Now we head into tips that actually happened during today's podcast. We start off with it's interesting. So someone to the anonymous dollar, they said, "I don't know if you've heard about it. YouTube has a new ad blocker detection system. It actually violates user privacy laws in Europe, and YouTube is getting problems for it." It doesn't even matter. Within a day, like literally within 2 days, I would say, of YouTube putting up those new ad blocker things, right? Or the ad blocker prevention, all the ad blockers updated and they work anyway. It didn't matter at all. YouTube is so behind the curve on everything. They literally do everything so late, it doesn't matter anymore, right? Like, oh, we want to get into gameplay streaming. Well, everyone else already beat you to it. Twitch is the leader now, but now you want to get into it. And then they half-ass it, you know? That's how YouTube is. So, I'm not shocked that they made a decision that ended up kicking their own ass, basically, because they don't think. When they do these things, they roll these changes out without properly testing them, vetting them, or even seeing if they're legal. They just do them. Again, I've said this over the years. You almost got to think that the people at YouTube who are in charge think that they know better than everyone else. They think, oh, I went to an Ivy League college, and I've always been at the top echelon of everything I've done, so I just know better, so I'm just going to launch this new thing on YouTube today. Well, did you ask anyone if they wanted it? Did you test it properly? Did you even check to see if it's viable or if it would completely destroy people's businesses and existences on YouTube? No, let's launch it. Oh, fuck the whole website up. Well, let's fix it now. It takes us 2 weeks. That's how YouTube is. So, not shocking to hear they try to launch a new ad blocker, because that's what it is, an ad blocker, right? If you have an ad blocker, they're supposed to be blocking the ad blocker, but it doesn't even do anything, right? It doesn't even work, and all the ad blockers are updated anyway, so it's a waste of everyone's time. Stupidity. Okay. Jade, you saw the new Godzilla movie, you loved it? I'm glad to hear that. Everyone is saying that. Everyone is saying it's like one of the best ever, so that's good to hear. I'm glad that you liked it. I received a $10 tip from Tarantula MS, who says, "Hey, you Phil, what is going on, Tarantula? It's good to have you here today. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. happy holidays, and thank you for the support this morning. I hope you're doing well. Cool. And I received a $10 tip from Phil Pesci. Give me some more of that horrifying Phil Pesci. I love that emote. You mean the animation. You mean this animation. Come on, Marv. We gotta go rob that house, Marv. That was a terrible Joe Pesci impression. That was absolutely atrociously bad. I'm sorry I even attempted it. I won't do that ever again. Thank you for the $10 tip, Phil Pesci. I hope you enjoy seeing me get my head flambéed. All right. Cool. All right. I received a $20 tip from 1 Minute Man. He says, if you want to feel safe with updates, check box for notify, but no auto download. Do it manually. You should find a way to ensure only your members get game codes. Detractors will be ready and waiting. I'm well aware of that, but sadly, there's really no way to do that. Like, there's no... Here's the thing. Back in the day on YouTube, there were many good ways to do things, okay? YouTube abolished them all. Did you know YouTube used to have a robust... And I know everyone jokes when I say the word robust for some reason, but they had a robust messaging system. You could actually see a listing of all of your subscribers, of all, like people who you have, you know, a connection to. And you had a way where you could, like, mass message them. That used to exist. You could mass message your subs and say, hey, everyone, I have an update for all my subscribers and stuff like that. You know, there used to be good ways to do this. There's no good way to do it. What I would say is, the two ways I could do it is as follows, okay? Number one, just give the code out. And then whoever's first to the draw. Now, that could be a detractor, in which case, you know, I don't control that. I don't control fate. I can't really do anything about that. If the detractor is the person to the draw. The truth is, those people are full of shit. Over the years, they always claim that they got the game codes, and they never do. They just say that because they like acting like, oh, look, I spoiled something for DSP's community. They're fucking liars. They don't get the game codes. They're just like everyone else. When I call out the code, they try to put it in fast, and whoever's quickest to the draw gets it. But there's no guarantee they get it first. That's just horse shit. But again, they try to claim like they did because they want to act like they got something they didn't. So, oh, look what I did. Look at some internet clout, some fucking loser society of circle jerkers, right? They're just full of shit. So I don't really care about that regardless, okay? What I could do like a members-only post, right, on the channel. And it would only be for channel members that get to see it, right? But even then, there's people who get gifted memberships, and it could be detractors, and the detractors might be able to get it. There's really no foolproof way to do it. I feel like it should be an open giveaway. Like, I don't feel like the giveaway should only be for members. I feel like everyone should have a chance. And honestly, the only real fair way to do it would be just to call out the codes online. You know what I mean? There used to be raffle systems I used. The raffle systems were for my website. Of course, no one wants to use my website anymore, so that's out. There used to be certain raffle systems you could use over on Twitch. YouTube is not Twitch at all. There's no real bots or anything that would do a raffle fairly on YouTube. It's too broken of a system, so that doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, I know about all these different things, but there's really no foolproof way, sadly, to do this stuff on YouTube. It's just kind of like, well, I got the codes. I could sit here and I could try to figure out how to do this for several hours, and then still people will be disappointed somehow anyway, or I'll just give it out, right? So, I hear ya, but what I would say is, do not listen to these idiots on the internet who just want to somehow give themselves some kind of clout and shit. And be like, oh, I got it. I'm the one who got it. Look at me. Here's all these fucking Photoshop screens I just made to prove that I got the code. They're losers. They've been doing this for 10, 15 years. Seriously. There are people who lie about, oh, I won this, I won that. You know, they used, back in the day, when I had a controlled environment, and I used to give codes away on my forums and stuff, they also would claim they got it, and they never did. They're so full of shit. You know, there's no reason. Again, I say this. I said it to Declan. I'll say it to you. There's no reason to address the haters at all. Anything they say is a waste of everyone's time. It's just a lie, so just fucking don't pay any attention to those losers at all. Like, literally, the moment you brought them up, we've all wasted our time and breath. There was no reason to ever say that at all, okay? That's my take anyway, right? Okay, all right, so with that, actually, I just realized, with that, it is Gunnar Glass's time. So thank you guys. Without even playing Mario RPG yet today, we already hit a milestone of support, and I really appreciate that. So thank you all. Keep in mind, if we hit $100, it is hat time, and we've had the 2 holiday festive hats in the running, the Santa hat as well as the Let's Get Lit hat. And then we'll probably put in 2 other hats as well. Man, for Mario, what should it even be? Maybe today we'll do like the Pikachu hat, and maybe like the red fedora or something. You know, just some random hats that stand out. Got a blue background, so the red would stand out pretty nicely. Right? Katezra asked, when do the rest of yesterday's DSP React segments get uploaded to the channel? Good question. I know that you're relatively newer around here, Katezra. So here's how it works. I do the live stream on Sunday. If you are a member, okay, I make that live stream members only. I think I did that. Maybe I forgot. Hold on. Did I make the live stream members only yet? If I didn't, I'm going to do it right now because that's my bad. I'm supposed to make it members only. So you can actually watch the entire archive on demand whenever you want as long as it didn't get blocked. I didn't do it. I apologize. I'm doing it right now. So if you are a member, okay, over on DSP Reacts, the archive live stream of yesterday's React show is now members only, and you can watch it in its entirety at your leisure starting right now. My fault. I forgot to do that last night. Among all the problems I was having with the private React stuff, that's on me, okay? Now, if you are not a member over there and you want to watch that content, it releases 1 episode a day. Yesterday there was 2, and now 1 a day will go live. So this morning 1 went live, and there's 6 episodes total, so there'll be 1 more episode every day. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So every day a half an hour episode over there. Unless you're a member, then it's all live in its entirety in the archive stream right now. So thank you for asking and bringing that up, because it allowed me to fix my error, okay? There you go. That's it. All right. Itchy. Okay, Jex Gaming actually says, the Season 1 update on Wednesday in Modern Warfare 3 will also bring new maps to multiplayer. Will you check them out? I think eventually, yes. But no, not initially. We've just played over 30 hours, or around 30 hours of the multiplayer. People are tired of it. So, no, I'm not going to be doing that right away, but eventually, probably. Casanova says, I recommend you push YouTube Premium to people more. There's an option for a family plan. Up to 5 accounts can be premium for a better price. I've told you guys all about the YouTube Premium features. I mean, not having to watch any ads whatsoever on the site, being able to download videos early and just play them without internet, being able to minimize the site and play music playlists, which I actually do a lot. There's a lot of really good benefits to being a YouTube Premium subscriber. It's worth it, in my opinion. So, okay, I received a $5 tip from Declan from this morning. Not overnight tip. This is actually from this morning. Let's play an animation. Let's see what Declan has to say this morning to us here. We're sure seeing a lot of the Polar Express animation this year, are we not? This is good. It's my wife's favorite animation, by the way. Okay, so, he says, I'm glad you've bounced back after drama. I have a good feeling you will hit Master Rank next time you play Street Fighter 6. Ignore the hate, keep being you. I know as a fan, I like the fact you don't back down when you're faced with tough times. You're a pretty cool guy. Well, thank you so much, Declan. A lot of compliments there. I appreciate that. Sadly, we're not going to be hitting Master tonight with Dalsim. There's no way. We're in 4-star Diamond, and we did get a little bit of a head start into 4-star, but as we know from previous streaming sessions, at best tonight, I'll probably hit 5-star Diamond if I have a streak of luck where I don't fight nonstop camis, I don't get laggy connections, right? And basically I play well. So it's kind of a lot of factors, but that's, even if I do really well tonight, probably the best I'll hit is 5-star Diamond. There's a big grind at the 5-star level to get to Master. It's like a double grind than it is at other levels. So likely tonight that, if that, and then maybe next time we play, I have a chance of hitting master, but we'll see. I don't want to get ahead of myself and set these unreasonable goals. Like tonight, there's no way we're hitting master tonight, so I don't want to get anyone overexcited about that. I think we'll make good progress, but I don't think we're going to get there. You know, that would be pretty silly to expect that. Jade, you missed the segment, huh? Jade says, how were the videos I made last night? The videos I made were fun to make, but I had insane amounts of technical problems, YouTube copyright problems. I had a giant 30-plus minute segment about it earlier on this very show. I don't really feel like bitching about it again because I already bitched about it once, and people, you know, hearing me bitch about something once, I guess is acceptable, but if I just bitch about something constantly, I just sound like a wimp, so I don't want to do that. Okay. Yes, I saw all about the Macaulay Culkin Hollywood Walk of Fame star. We talked about it earlier this week. His TV mom in the Home Alone movies, Catherine O'Hara, was there to say congrats and did a little speech for him. It was very nice. And he only had to donate like $75,000 to get that, too. I'm serious. These celebrities have to donate money to pay for their own star. It's not like something given to them because they're a celebrity. They qualify for it, and then they have to pay for it. I remember this because Howard Stern talked about this ages ago, that he was offered a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and he was going to do it, and then they told him, oh, well, here's the bill. It's like $75,000. He was like, what the fuck is this? I'm not doing that. It's a scam. So there you go. Joel Off says it's incredibly quiet around Avatar Frontiers of Pandora from reviewers. There's no news about a known review embargo, despite this game is launching Thursday, which is ominous. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. Here's the thing. We don't have to play Avatar on Friday. If reviews come out on Thursday and everyone says this game is complete trash, don't play it, we don't have to. The previews looked good. Did they not? I felt the previews actually looked good. I thought that the game looked pretty good, like a Far Cry hybrid. So for me, I'm interested in it. But that doesn't mean or equate that it's going to be a good game, right? So, right, Jasper? Did you hear that? He answered. That's right, Jasper. We don't know if Avatar is going to be good, right? Right, buddy? Come on up. Come on up. Jasper talked twice. Did you guys hear him? He was very low, but he did talk. Right, buddy? We never know if a game's going to be good. It might look good, and then it's not good. And then you don't know. And it's kind of it's frustrating when you don't know if something's good or not, right? I agree there. Okay. You heard him? He almost never meows, so that was nice. He never meows on stream. He meows all the time outside of this room. So it was good to actually hear him meow on the stream. That was very nice. What a silly guy. Ah! Tail in my face again. Why are you putting your tail in my face? How dare you? Cats love to be pet and scratched around the butt. It's true. It's absolutely true. They love it back here. For whatever reason, it's actually an area they enjoy being touched. Like pat on the butt like this, or scratched like this. And he loves it. That's it. To pet a cat, yes, you can pet their face, but usually cats like the sides of the face or the upper butt like this. Their favorite spots. For whatever reason. Jasper, you nut. You nut. Okay. Okay, sounds good, Derek. Tito, man, glad to hear from you. He's excited for his holidays. He's playing God of War 2018 on PS5. He never played it before. That's cool. He says he's watching my playthrough of it. That's cool. Good to hear. No, I've not voted on anything for the Game Awards, honestly. I didn't even get a chance to look at what the viewers can vote on. I didn't really pay attention. Being honest, so. Derek, we'll talk about that later. I really don't know what else to add to the countdown right now. I have to look at it and we'll figure it out. Okay? Cool. Hopefully Avatar's not a stinker, but If there's no reviews coming out, no one's talking about review copies, no one knows anything about the game, then maybe it is going to be a stinker. And if we skip it, we skip it. That's fine. If it really sucks, if like all the reviews on Thursday say this game's terrible, then we'll do something different, right? We'll probably do RoboCop on Friday instead, and then perhaps we'll figure out what we want to do moving forward. If it's not going to be Avatar, we can do a different game. There's many games people have wanted to see, okay? All right. Ah! This is what it's like having a cat. If you want to have a cat, all right, it's great, but prepare for this cat, the social cat, to be up in your face constantly like this. Look at his tail. This is what cats are like. A social cat, that is. Because some cats are not like this. Some cats are not very social, and they just let it stay to themselves. But Jasper is very much not that. He's constantly the in-your-face cat. He wants the pets. He wants to be up in the business, as they say. So off he goes. I received a $1 tip. Fun question. Final GTA 6 predictions before tomorrow. What would you like to see and elaborate? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not one of those people who speculates. I'm really not. Like, I just... Whatever. I'm just happy to finally hear something about it after so long. We've all wanted a new GTA, and now just to know that it's not GTA Online is good enough for me. You know? I don't care about GTA Online. I never did. I tried it. I thought it sucked. I tried it again. I thought it was just okay. I never cared about the social aspect. I didn't waste 10 years of my life dumping money into it, and like everybody else apparently did. So, for me, the fact that there's going to be a new single-player narrative-based GTA sounds great, and that's all I care about. We'll all know tomorrow, because we'll all see the trailer tomorrow, and we'll talk about it on the show together. Okay? Okay. Okay. Did I like the Little Drummer Boy ranking special? You know, I've probably seen it twice, and I don't really remember it that well, but I remember it being pretty boring. Not like, you know, the standard ones that everyone knows. The Santa Claus is coming to town. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like, those are the ones that stand out in my head. A Little Drummer Boy doesn't really stand out as, like, a Christmas tradition or anything for me. So. Okay. Canadian Kirk, we literally just talked about that. He says, if you skip Avatar, what will you play? Don't know right now. Probably what it would be initially. We alternate between RoboCop and some of this Warzone in Modern Warfare 3, back and forth. And, you know, we keep playing Street Fighter 6. We keep going with Like a Dragon Gaiden. We finish Mario RPG, which looks like it'll probably need another stream after today. And then we figure it out. What would be next? I don't know. What do people want? We could talk about it. There's many, many, many options, right? There's been a bajillion games that have come out that people have wanted that I didn't play. There's games like Elden Ring I could go back to. Like, there's literally a plethora of options. But we don't have to figure that out right now. What we need to see is if Avatar's worth playing or not, which I guess we'll know soon enough, right? I got another anonymous $1 tip. After 3 years, I finally gave in. I bought a PS5 SSD for 120 euros. I had to. Call of Duty is 200 gigabytes. It's ridiculous. Do you delete games after you're done with them or move them around? Do you ever think about buying one? One major advantage of me owning every console is that I can spread my games out. So, for example, right now on my Xbox, I have Street Fighter 6 to go back to the story eventually. I have Like a Dragon Gaiden. I had Alan Wake 2, but I just deleted it to make more room. I got Modern Warfare 3, and maybe like one other game. So that's about 400 gigs of my Xbox hard drive. So I still have like half empty. Right now on my Switch, I got Super Mario RPG, Super Mario Wonder, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and the last Pokemon, but I could delete half of those. I'm not going to play them again, right? And have hard drive space. On my PlayStation 5, I got Street Fighter 6, Elden Ring, maybe one or two other leftovers, and that's it. So because I have everything, I spread it out. When I finish a game and I know I'm never going to go back to it, I do delete it, but I save the data. Like the backup data or whatever is usually either in the cloud or it's stored locally, and I keep that so that years down the line, if I ever want to play the game again, I can just pick up where I left off, maybe do like a New Game Plus run, something like that. But no, I don't keep stuff on my consoles endlessly, and because I own all the consoles, I have that ability to split the games and never have, like, if I just had one console, I guarantee you I would have had problems over the last few years. There would have been a time when I'm playing like 4 or 5 games and they don't all fit on the one console. But luckily, I haven't faced that. So, I received a $5 tip from Declan. He says, Jasper is so cute. Looking forward to RoboCop. Don't back down from hate keep being you. I'm actually thinking of buying a cat. Any advice on how to take care of one? Well, I mean, we could definitely get into an entire discussion about cats and cat care and stuff like that. I don't think we want to do that today because we are winding down. In fact, we're kind of running late. We probably should get out of here and get the show done because I do have to use the restroom before we jump into Mario RPG. So I feel like maybe we should do that. But maybe a topic for a future show. We can talk about Jasper and all the stuff that we do to take care of him and things like that, right? Okay? All right, I think we got to get out of here, guys. I want to say thank you. Great podcast today. Thanks for listening to me bitch about the nonsense last night with the private reacts. Hopefully we can get control of this situation. But it looks like next weekend I will probably have to take another stream off. I mean, what can I do? I want to say thank you very much, everyone, for chilling, for supporting. And I'm excited to relax with you with Mario RPG today. And, of course, Street Fighter tonight. Tomorrow will be a big podcast. Tomorrow, you know, we'll be talking about this GTA 6 trailer for a ginormous chunk of the podcast. Everyone will be discussing this, me included. Thank you all. See you tomorrow for the big one. Peace out.